Hi students, hope all of you are doing well and your preparation for competitive exams is going good and serious also, because the 2018 competitive exam season has just begun. Some days ago, IBPS has released its calendar for 2018 and 19, and 3 days ago SBI has come out with a huge number of vacancies at a clerical cadre. And very soon we are going to expect SBI PO vacancies also, just how they have notified in the last year 2017, and followed by long pending vacancies in LIC, Assistant Administrative Officers, AO vacancies we are going to get very soon. Then followed by RBI Grade B officers and assistants, as it is that is going to be conducted. Apart from this, many insurance companies are also planning to recruit at clerical and officer level. Anyway, in IBPS, as far as their schedule is concerned, they are going to recruit for regional rural banks, RRB clerk, PO and SO. Similarly, for other nationalized banks, clerk, PO and SO. So overall, thousands of vacancies are there in 2018. Now many vacancies are there. This is your time. You have to continue the preparation with the same seriousness. Now, coming to this session, I am going to discuss in the entire session how to start your preparation and continue to get success in SBI clerical examination. This session is completely dedicated for that one. But students, every time I tell my students to start the preparation with the confidence. I'm telling you, right? With utmost confidence you have to start the preparation. Your confidence should start from the number of vacancies also. How that is number of vacancies? See students, now how many vacancies SBI had notified? So 8,301 vacancies. Okay? But if anybody asks you how many vacancies are there, don't tell they have, or don't say they have notified for 8301. You have to tell that SBI had notified only 8,300 vacancies in the job market. Why one vacancy less you are saying? Because for this one vacancy there is no competition, because that vacancy is mine, you have to say. That is your vacancy. That is reserved for you. Got the clarity? Right? You have to start the preparation in this way. That much confidence should be there that one vacancy is my vacancy in only. Because some students, now the number of vacancies, this is huge number. But sometimes, for example, you take RBI Grade B officer. Generally, they notify for 130, 140, 150. Only like that is below 200 vacancies only. Generally, they notify for. Even though 150 vacancies are there, you have to start your preparation that number of vacancies are only 149, that remaining one vacancy is mine. Then you see the magic, why you cannot crack that examination. I tell this one to all my students, whether you are my regular online pendrive or SD card course student, or if I take any seminar outside also, I tell the students the same thing, start with the confidence. Anyway students, by the way, I am telling you, you may be knowing this one. Most of the students know that our online pendrive or SD card courses are doing very well. We have students across the country. Now we have more than 5,500 students across the country. They are seriously undergoing training under regular classes, online, SD card and pendrive courses are there. Anyway, I am going to give that information at the end of this class. First, let us focus on how to start the preparation. See students, any competitive exam, whether it is SBI, PO, clerk or IBPS or any other examination, first of all, you have to begin that one in a proper way. Start the preparation in a proper way. If the beginning is good, definitely the ending will be in the same way. This is applicable not only for competitive exams, but anywhere in your life you can apply this one. If the beginning is good, automatically ending is in the same way. Now we are going to start the preparation in a right way. Whether you are taking this examination for the first time or you have already taken this type of exams previously also, this class is going to be immensely beneficial for you. You please listen to this class very carefully. Each and every word is important for you. See students, first of all, you should know the expectation of the examiner. What the examiner is expecting from you. Because for every job, different means a particular job role will be there. A candidate who is going to take up that job should possess some special skills as far as the job role is concerned, job description is concerned. According to that one only, they prepare the selection procedure. Alright, to go for any particular job, first of all, you should know what is the expectation of the examiner. Then you have to mold yourself to the expectation of the examiner. You have to live up to that expectation. Only then you are going to be selected or chosen for that particular job. Now, as far as this type of competitive exams are there, particularly bank exams, there is a time limit for you. Yes, son, you know this one. And negative marking will be there in this type of exams. For example, if you take this preliminary examination or on the whole SBI clerical examination, they generally conduct this examination in two phases. One is the prelims, pre-exam, then followed by mains. You know this one. Previously, there used to be interview also. But now there is no interview for this test. Only language proficiency test will be there. That too, if it is required. I'll tell you later, right? So now, come to this pre and mains. In both the cases, time limit will be there, then followed by negative marking. If you take pre-examination, total 100 questions they give and they allot 100 marks for this one, and these questions should be done in a span of 60 minutes. Okay, a little change is there in this one. Now for the first time they have given sectional time cutoff also. We discussed that one, but before that, what is the overall thing? Here 100 questions must be done in 60 minutes. You know this one means time constraint is there, and 1/4 negative marking is there. Alright, this is the overall pattern of preliminary examination, and mains also in the same way. Number of questions will be changed and subjects are changed. We discussed that one. Alright, what did you understand from this one? When the examination is time bound and a negative marking is there, easily you can get or you can find the expectation of the examiner. Now you tell me students, if you are a beginner, for example, those who have already taken this type of exams previously, you must be knowing this one, right? But for the beginners, if you see this pattern, immediately you can say that the examiner is expecting basically two things from you. That is speed and accuracy. Remember this one, students. Your preparation should start like this. What exactly they are expecting from me? Then after that, point wise I'll tell you how to start that one in a proper way. So they are expecting speed and accuracy simultaneously in the examination. Between these two, speed and accuracy, so see students, many students are doing this mistake unnecessarily. At the initial stages only, they are running for speed. Alright, that is the wrong way. If you run for the speed, what happens blindly? You won't get the accuracy, right? You should never come from speed to accuracy. Remember students, this process is like this. You should go from accuracy to speed. Means first of all, you should get the accuracy. Definitely speed will follow accuracy. What do you mean by accuracy, students? There is a specific definition for accuracy for in competitive examination scenario. Accuracy means they need pinpoint accuracy from you. 100% it should be right? So even 99% accuracy is not considered in competitive exams, except for some questions in quantitative aptitude like approximation questions. There 99% accuracy can be taken, but pinpoint accuracy, 100% accuracy is required. Suppose if you take any descriptive examination where you need to write the answer in a descriptive way, where they won't ask for 100% accuracy. If you write the question, means answer, With 50% accuracy, you may get 30% or 40% marks there accordingly. But here it is not like that. You have to maintain 100% accuracy. I'll tell you how to maintain that accuracy in the due course of time. But students, after getting accuracy, getting speed is not a big issue. After a little effort, you can go for this one. Means what I want to say, if you attempt in your practice sessions, if you attempt 100 questions in one practice session, right? I'm not talking about the mock test. Generally, if you attempt 100 questions, out of 100 questions, at least 90 questions should be correct. Alright, at the beginning, at the, what do you call this one? At the initial stages. And slowly, if you attempt 50 questions, you should get 50 out of 50 correct. That is called accuracy. In the examination also, they are giving 100 questions. It does not mean that you have to attempt all the 100 questions. You try to attempt the maximum number of questions that you can do. But if you attempt 50 questions, for example, I am telling you, out of 100, out of 50, 50 should be correct. For manual error, for human error, it may be 1 or 2 questions here or there that is accepted. But out of 50, if you attempt 50, 50 should be right. If you attempt 60, 60 must be right. If you attempt 40, of course 40 should be right. You have to make it as a habit. Now, focus on this accuracy. How would you get accuracy, students? Only one way, that is unconditional practice should be there. Only with unconditional practice you will get the accuracy. When would you practice the questions properly, confidently? Only when you know the concept properly. Listen carefully, right? When would you know the concept properly? When you know the basics properly. Remember, students, basics is important. This is very important thing. Now our preparation should start from here. Got the clarity? This is called a right beginning. Remember this one, students. Even if you have attempted this type of exams previously and not getting success also, you please follow this one and start from here. Right? When can you learn the basics properly? Only when you know the syllabus for this one. Syllabus. What is the syllabus? What exactly they are asking, from where the questions are coming, we discuss this one first. Then I will tell you how to learn the basics. Then go for confident conceptual clarity. After that, go on practicing the questions. Then you will get accuracy. Thereby you can get speed. This is the sequence. To do all these things, the basic quality you have to possess is, what is that? Patience is required. I am telling you. Patience is required. Now, let us start from this end, students. We are starting in a proper way. Right? Syllabus. Now we discuss. This time 2018 SBI clerical examination. Right? As all of you know, just now we have discussed prelims, mains and language proficiency if it is required. Right? So now, first let us start with the prelims, students. Quickly we will finish off this one. Right? Syllabus in the light of the examination. Alright. So, in pre-examination, they are going to test you in 3 subjects. One is reasoning, followed by numerical ability or quantitative aptitude, then followed by English. That's all. So now, in reasoning, they are going to give 35 questions, quant 35, English 30. You know this one in the notification. Then, previously, they used to give for this 3 subjects, right? 100 questions and 100 marks. Anyway, this time also 1 question, 1 mark. Previously, they used to give 60 minutes time for this one. That was at that time composite time. Composite time means you can use this 60 minutes. That division is completely depending upon you. You can spend time according to your convenience for these 3 subjects. But for the first time, what SBI has done, right? Not only this one, every time in competitive exams, what is to be done, that is always first done by SBI only. Alright, Central Recruitment Department only. They are going to do all these things, right? Anyway, this time, what they have done, first time they have introduced the sectional time cutoff also. What is sectional time cutoff? Reasoning 35 questions should be attempted in 20 minutes only. And that is so with this and this. In one way, this is advantage for many students there. Because when they have introduced this sectional wise time cutoff, now they have removed individual sectional qualification they have removed. Previously, how was it? You have to qualify definitely in English, right? In English, in reasoning and quant. Separately you have to qualify. Sectional wise, cutoff would be there at that time. But this time they have removed that one. There is no section wise cutoff. The advantage is, suppose one student is weak in English, for example. Alright, most of the times he is not able to qualify in English, but in remaining 2 subjects he is getting more marks. For one student is weak in reasoning. In remaining 2 he is doing very well. For that type of students, now it is really golden opportunity. Even if you fail in English also, for example I am telling you, right, if you fail in English but you can score merit in these 2 subjects, still you will be able to go for mains. And this time they have changed other thing also, depending upon the vacancies, how they are going to do. Since sectional cutoff is not there, and another thing is that they have removed the overall cutoff also. Previously there would be one figure, overall cutoff. If you cross that one only, you were called for next stage, mains examination. Now this time what they have done, they have removed the overall cutoff also, and roughly what they are doing, they are going to call 1:10 ratio. 1:10 ratio from prelims to mains in the descending order of marks. Alright, 1:10 ratio. For example, 1000 vacancies are there. For example, 1000 vacancies into 10 times they are going to call for mains examination. This is another major change they have done. Previously, they were calling almost 1:19 or 1:20 ratio. But they have reduced that one to 1:10 ratio. This is the other major change they have done for this examination. Now, this is the pattern for preliminary examination. We will discuss mains later, but just for your idea, in mains, 2 more subjects, additional subjects are there. With reasoning, they have combined questions from computer awareness also. Then another subject is, apart from reasoning, computers, quant, English, and general and financial awareness is other one. We discuss that one later. Now coming to this, now what we are attempting here, from where we have to start? By knowing the syllabus. After knowing the pattern only, we can come to the syllabus. As far as the syllabus is concerned, students, since you know now, questions are from these 3 only, and luckily for this examination, for any bank exam, the syllabus is predefined, officially or unofficially. Only some chapters are there. All the questions will be appearing from those chapters only. The scope is clearly defined for this examination, right? For some other competitive, many other competitive exams, first of all, gathering the syllabus is very important. For you, that problem is not there. Here, from these 3 subjects, I'll give you clearly what is the syllabus and exactly how many questions you can expect from each chapter. I will tell you. Alright, almost 99% the same number will appear in the examination. Suppose if you take reasoning, students, in reasoning, whether it is prelims or mains, there are only 20 to 22 chapters. Let us take 23 chapters, that's all. Not beyond that. All the questions in prelims and mains from these chapters only. Then coming to quantitative aptitude, I can say around 20 to 22 chapters here also. Here you can go up to 22 or 23. Sometimes small chapters additionally they are adding, but roughly you take like this. And in English, you can say 8 to 10 topics are there, 10 chapters are there. All the questions are from that only. See students, why I am giving this one? You have to start in a proper way. First, we knew the syllabus. Then after syllabus, what is that one? In each and every section, how many chapters are there and what type of questions we can expect from this one. Let us go in depth, start with the reasoning. So 20 to 22 chapters are there. What type of chapters are there? How many questions we can expect from that one? See students, in reasoning, if you go in depth, you can divide reasoning subject into two parts. One is verbal reasoning, other one is non-verbal reasoning. Verbal means with the help of the words. Questions are prepared with the help of the words verbally. Alright, whereas non-verbal means instead of words, they use pictures there. Some boxes, pictures, many types of questions are there. In this one like series, analogy, classification and combination of these chapters, many questions are there. But in bank exams, they are not giving non-verbal questions nowadays. Forget about this one. Now focus on verbal section only, verbal reasoning only. We can divide verbal reasoning into two parts depending upon the difficulty level. One is reasoning based on rules. Other one is analytical section, we can say analytical section or critical reasoning, or in notifications generally they give high level reasoning. Okay. This section is very much important, and many questions generally in mains examinations, in bank exams, almost 80% of the questions are from this section only. Alright, first we discuss this section, after that we go back to reasoning based on rules. Simple chapters are there in reasoning based on rules. Again, this analytical section can be divided into two parts, students, as far as the difficulty level is concerned. Here we can divide this one into 6 here, 6 here. Total 12 chapters are there in analytical or high level reasoning section. This section needs guidance, students. For students, you need guidance for this section. I am telling you openly, an expertise faculty can guide you for these chapters. Right? This can be done by you also to some extent, but you need guidance for this section. Here again 6 and 6 I told you. These 6 chapters we can go like this puzzle test. Nowadays this is very important. Alright, then seating arrangement. Many questions in mains examinations nowadays are from these two chapters only. Almost 70 to 75% of the questions they are giving from these two. Followed by Shillogism. This is also very important. SYLLOGISM. Okay. Then followed by input and output. Okay. The next one is data sufficiency, and the other one is decision making. But students, for the last 3 years, they are not asking questions from this decision making chapter. Okay, you need to learn this one for better sake, because we don't know how the paper will be set by SBI. Sometimes suddenly they change the pattern. Anyway, these 6 chapters are most important in analytical section on one side. And very important chapters are here. These chapters are very much confusion prone. Many students are not able to do questions from this one. The chapters are, you must have heard one chapter named assumptions, arguments, right? Conclusions, courses of action, inferences, and cause and effect. These are the 6 chapters. I am telling you students, if you are perfect with this analytical or high level reasoning section, definitely you will get the job. Because in mains examination, the questions are very much high in nature, like high difficulty level, and that too very tricky questions they give from these chapters. Let us discuss one by one in a quick way. In a nutshell, I will give you what type of questions generally they give where the students are getting confused. Okay, so then coming to this one, first let me name these chapters, then we will take one by one how many questions you can expect particularly, then after that what is the strategy there. If you go for this reasoning based on rules, here simple chapters are there like blood relations, okay, directions, then sequence and ranking. Next one is coded inequalities. Next, coding and decoding. Coding and decoding. And some chapters like this is coding and decoding. Some chapters like sequence will be there. Sequence means symbol, number, letter sequence. Generally they give the questions in clerical cadre examination, that too in the preliminary part, not in the mains part, that is symbol, number, letter, sequence. The other one can be group numbers. Group numbers. Some 3 numbers are given like this: 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 5, 6, 7, 2, in this way, and they change in this one. Generally this type of questions also appearing in preliminary examination of clerical cadre, and they give questions from some small 2 to 3 miscellaneous chapters. We may not name that one. With the help of the questions I can give you. Anyway, so this 6 plus 6, 12, 12 plus 7, 19, another 3, 4 the miscellaneous chapters are there. 22, around 22 to, let me take 23 chapters in reasoning. All the questions are from this one only. Now, as far as your examination is concerned, SBI clerk we are focusing on. In this examination, in pre-examination, preliminary examination, you can expect questions from blood relations, directions, sequence, and this one ranking, coded inequalities, coding, decoding, and this is symbol, number, letter, and group numbers also you can expect. Apart from this, in pre-examination, you are getting questions from puzzle and seating arrangement also. Now, most of the times, Shila is a very important chapter. They are not giving questions from this chapter in pre-examination, preliminary examination, but definitely they are giving in the mains examination. That too, if you go for the numbers also, generally they give group questions. For example, if you take previous last year examination, SBI clerical, last year means in 2017 there was no notification for clerical. 2016 I am talking about. In 2016 examination in prelims, you got the questions. The number is in this way. From puzzle and seating arrangement, they have given 10 questions. Okay, in the pre-examination SBI. Next, from this one, coded inequalities, they have given 5, coding, decoding 5, symbol, number and letter sequence 5, and group numbers 5. How many it is? This is 10 plus 10, 20 plus 10, 30. And 5 questions miscellaneous they have given from these chapters. 1 question they have given from blood relations, 1 from direction, 1 from sequence and ranking, and 2 questions are the miscellaneous questions they have given. If you go through the previous questions also, 2015, 14, 13, in that way, if you go and study that one, because observing the previous papers is also very much important while starting your preparation. Overall, by and large, you are getting these numbers for preliminary examination. See students, getting basics of these chapters is not a difficult thing, but here also you need expertise guidance for this one. Because if you take this blood relations chapter, it is very simple as far as prelims is concerned. But in mains what they are doing, the puzzle and seating arrangement questions, they are mixing this one with the blood relations chapter. Means they give like this, 8 persons are there. They are from 8 different cities, and these 8 persons are related to one another, right? Related to one another in a group. A is maternal uncle of B, C is cousin of D, D is daughter of H. In that way they give the questions. Means if you have the complete idea of solving the questions in blood relations concept, only then you are able to solve the puzzle. And they are clubbing blood relation puzzle with seating arrangement also. Just now as I told you, now all these persons are seated around a circular table, or a rectangular table, or a square table. Some are facing inside, some are facing outside. Many ways they can test you. To go for that one, first of all you should know these basics. Without these basics, you can never solve a puzzle. For that reason only, students, always focus on the basics. If your basics are clear, confidently you can go for practice with the help of the concept. When you practice unconditionally, as I have discussed at the beginning of the class, you can get the accuracy, 100% accuracy. Once the accuracy is attained, getting speed is not a big thing. Because for this examination, since individual time cutoff is there, here what happens now, you need to do maximum number of questions from each section, students. That is very important. Previously we used to leave some questions, but now what happens, 1:10 ratio they are screening the candidates for mains. The competition, again they have made some difficulty here, right? Now you need to attempt as many questions as possible from each section within the stipulated time with 200% accuracy. Only then you will be qualifying for mains. Another thing is that the marks which you are getting in prelims are not going to be added for the merit list. Prelims is only a screening test. You know this one, because why I am not focusing on that one means you must have read the notification. Reading notification is also very important, word by word, right? So the marks which you get mains are going to play a vital role in your selection. But prelims also very important, because first of all you have to get screened. You have to be screened here first of all. Only then you are allowed to go for mains. Anyway, students, this is as far as reasoning is concerned in preliminary examination, this is like this. Blood relations, right? We stopped here only. From here we went outside. So in blood relations, actually there is a method for that one. That is converting verbal data to a chart. That chart is called a family chart. In my regular courses, I have taught in a very good way, like a unique way. You won't get it anywhere outside. The chart, how to start the chart from left to right, top to bottom, right? 3 rules I have given. In many books, the chart is available. But how they have done in the books, different authors have drawn different types of charts. Very difficult way. They have used double lines, diagonal lines, brackets, double brackets. That is all not required. With simple 3 rules: horizontal, vertical lines, male, female, and left to right. Some rules are there. With the help of those rules, you can draw one family chart. Why I am focusing, why I am telling all these things? Because this chapter is related to these two, even in mains also. Alright, next, directions. This is not a big chapter. If you know what is right side, what is left side, and 8 directions coupled with your logic, learning directions is not a big thing. Sequence and ranking also, right? Coded inequalities, definitely you are getting 5 questions in all bank exams. That too, prelims you are getting, whether it is SBI or IBPS, different exams are IBPS. Definitely you are getting 5 questions. Even for coded inequalities also, there are some special rules for that one. If you follow those rules, you can easily crack those questions. That is the reason why I kept these chapters under reasoning based on rules. Some rules are there. Then followed by coding, decoding. Coding, decoding, nowadays they have changed the pattern for bank exams. Alright, different types of questions they are asking, but for all those questions, base is same. Learn from this basic level. Coming to symbol, number, letter sequence, that is some symbols, numbers, letters combinedly they give. Randomly they take that one, and they will be asking which symbol is second to the left of third symbol from the right side. Basic one I am telling you, not all questions are like that. So based on that logic, they are fabricating many questions. Some techniques are there for this one. Even without writing anything on the paper also, you can do questions from these 2 sections. Basically they are focusing on this for preliminary examination. And coming to this puzzle, students, puzzle and seating arrangement. I am telling you, this puzzle and seating arrangement are nightmare to many students. I am telling you, almost 80% of serious students who are preparing for various competitive exams are really getting afraid of these 2 chapters. See, I have given in my regular classes a fantastic method for that one. Even in YouTube also you can get some basic classes, not all. So there is a method called elimination process. Previously many students used to make a table, right mark, wrong mark. In that way, in many books they are following that. Don't follow that one. That is not required. Moreover, that is not suitable here for this type of questions, because particularly in mains examinations they are giving puzzles, very high difficulty level puzzles they are giving. To go for that one, that old methods like keeping right cross, that is not applicable here. Unnecessarily, that is wastage of time, I am telling you. I have given a method, elimination process. Keep the positive information on the right side, negative information on the left side, based on different parameters. You have to make columns first. Alright, for puzzle test, you have to write something on the paper. Some chapters are like that, where you should not write anything on the paper. But for some chapters, you need to write something on the paper. Puzzle test, seating arrangement and Schleism to some extent, you need to write something on the paper to get 100% accuracy. Got the idea? Coming to the mains examination, in the mains exam, puzzle and seating arrangement play a vital role. Just now I have told you. Now what we will do, students, instead of discussing again and again, we will discuss how to go for prelims and mains together, and finally they will give what is the pattern here, what is the bifurcation there, the division of marks and timing for mains examination. I will explain you that one at the end here. Okay, so now as far as mains are concerned, most of the questions are from these two chapters only. I can say 75 to 80% of the questions they are going to give from these two chapters. Now, how they prepare the questions for mains examination, I am telling you, students, for mains, even for clerical also, SBI PO mains, ultimate questions they are giving, really challenging questions they are giving. Even nowadays, for clerical also they are giving very high difficulty level questions in the mains examination. So, how they are giving the questions? They are just clubbing puzzle, seating arrangement, blood relations, sequence and ranking together to prepare puzzles. Different types of puzzles are there, right? For example, if one puzzle is there, suppose 10 persons are there from 10 different places, having relationship among them, seated around a square table, that is arrangement, seating arrangement also covered in this one, and they give the comparison among them according to their age, height or weight, then ranking comes into picture. So you need to, if you want to solve the question within the stipulated time, I am telling you, students, without proper guidance, training and practice, you can never attempt puzzles in any mains examination, whether it is clerical or PO level questions. Alright, so first learn the basics of puzzle. Then seating arrangement also, many basic things are there. Because previously they used to give very simple questions from seating arrangement. For example, you take linear or circular or combining these two, or floor level puzzles or different box level puzzles. Even floor level also can be taken under arrangement only, right? Boxes also can be taken under arrangement. Previously they used to give 5-6 years ago very simple questions. But nowadays in seating arrangement, for example, if you take linear, if you take some 10 persons are there, some are facing north, some are facing south, they give. Or two rows are there, even in two rows also, some are facing south, some are facing north. Alright, suppose rectangular table is there. The persons who are on the corners facing inside, others are facing outside. Different combinations they give the questions. So overall, what I would like to say, if you know the basics, only when you know the basics and practice in a properly with the high confidence, I'm telling you, students, right? With the basics with high confidence, only then you will be in the fray. Because nowadays the competition is high, number of aspirants are more, and the scrutinizing ways are also very difficult. For that reason, you have to update yourself. There is no other way. I'll train you, you don't worry. So from the basic level. Now, coming to this chapter, we will quickly finish it off because it is not a comprehensive class. Just I'm giving you introduction to all the chapters so that you will understand the importance of these chapters in various competitive exams, including this clerical level examination. Coming to the Shilloism is very important at the mains level. Now they are giving questions in a tricky way. Previously they used to give statement to conclusion, but they are giving in a reverse way now. Most of the cases, reverse Shilloism, we can name that one in that way. To understand that reverse Shilloism, first of all, you should know the complete concept of Shilloism properly. I have developed a method with the help of Venn diagrams. That is, I am telling you, you can get 200% accuracy in my regular course. I have given puzzle and seating arrangement almost 17 hours for this one. 17 hour lessons are there. All the models are covered. I am going to increase that one. Every week I am going to add some new lessons in puzzle and seating arrangement. And Shilloism also I have taught for more than 10 hours. The basic method using Venn diagrams. A fantastic one I developed almost 20 years ago. Still the same method is continuing and you will get, as I told you, 200% accuracy. Coming to this input and output, this is also very important, students, for mains examination. In prelims you won't get questions from this chapter. In mains only, mains particularly puzzle, seating arrangement, Shilloism, input output, data sufficiency will be there in mains examination. Even in this input output also, the basic approach is not known to, I can say, 90% of the students. There are three types of questions: ending model, unending model and miscellaneous model. Many students do not know that, blindly attempting the question to get the speed. So automatically what happens, they are losing the accuracy. Alright, input output you can expect 5 questions in mains. I am combining now prelims and mains together, I am telling you. Then go for this data sufficiency. Data sufficiency also very important chapter, and this chapter includes questions from all these chapters: blood relations, directions, sequence, coding, decoding, and combination of many chapters they can include in data sufficiency. They ask the question, they give two data, statement 1, statement 2, or sometimes statement 3. You need to find out which combination will give you accurate answer. There are many techniques for that one. You have to learn that one also. Then followed by decision making. Nowadays they are not giving questions from these chapters, this chapter. So forget about that one. Now go for this section. This is most important one, students, I am telling you. And many students do not know even the basics of this one also. The questions are so confusing. Most of the times, out of given 5 options, for many students, 5 out of 5 options seem to be correct. Such a dangerous situation is there. So for that reason, if you learn the basics in a proper way, you can attempt very easily. If you ask me, these questions are scoring actually, because you need not write anything on the paper. How they give, for example, assumptions? They give one statement followed by 2 assumptions or sometimes 3 assumptions. If you know the concept of assumption properly, you can easily decide as a judge whether these assumptions are hidden meaning of the statement or not. These assumptions are assumed by the speaker or not. If you know the concept, easily you can find out. Many students are doing blunders while going for these questions. Alright, I have a basic methodology for this one. First, learn what do you mean by assumption. Assumption is nothing but hidden meaning of the statement. And you have to take the assumption of the speaker who is giving this statement, not your assumption. And for that matter, your opinion is not at all valid. You are a judge while attempting these questions, right? You have to keep out of the question and think logically as a judge, and according to the concept you have to answer that one. Assumptions, one concept. Arguments, they give one statement followed by two arguments. One yes, other one is no, or sometimes both yes arguments. As a judge you have to say whether yes argument is strong or no argument is strong logically without any bias. Separate method is there for that one to know the basics. Then conclusions also. One statement followed by conclusions. Conclusion is nothing but summary of the statement. Always assumptions are before the statement, conclusions are after the statement. You have to keep aside, don't involve in the question with your opinion. Then followed by courses of action. They give one statement followed by 2 or 3 suggested courses of action. If you are an administrator, which course of action would you follow? Logically you have to answer. These questions are useful for clerical as well as PO examination also. Next, inferences. They give one passage followed by 5 inferences generally. You need to find out whether the given inference is definitely true, probably true, definitely false, or probably false, or data inadequate to give the answer. Alright, then cause and effect. In cause and effect, what is there? They give 2 events, generally event A and event B. Then you need to find out the relationship between these 2 events according to the given options. Right? This is something about reasoning. Due to time constraint, I have given very quick there. And from this section you can expect, previously they used to give many questions from this one. Now you can expect around 8 questions from this one in any mains examination, 8 to 10. If you attempt in a proper way, 8 out of 8 can be correct in the examination, because you can save some time here, need not write anything on the paper. I have taught in my regular classes in a very in-depth and comprehensive way, so that you can never forget assumption in your life. Alright, this is something about the reasoning part. And coming to quantitative aptitude. Quantitative aptitude is also very important, students. I'll just finish it off quickly. So, how many chapters are there generally? From where they ask the questions, how to go about. As far as competitive exams are concerned, you can divide quantitative aptitude into 2 parts, students. Right? Nowadays, that is really demanding. What is that? You can divide quant into 2 parts. One is data interpretation. Quantitative aptitude we can divide into data interpretation questions and basic arithmetic questions. Basic arithmetic. That's all. I can divide into 2 parts. In mains examination, if you take SBI PO or IBPS PO, already they have started the pattern previously in SBI PO. In mains examination, all the questions are from DI only, data interpretation only, data analysis and interpretation questions. Now, even in IBPS also, from last year in the mains examination, they have started giving the same pattern. From quant, they are giving questions only from DI. DI, different types of DI there, I'll tell you. And the basic arithmetic, all the chapters right from simplification, approximation, okay, then percentages, averages, ratio proportion, right, profit and loss, then mixture and alligation, then followed by time and work, time and distance, okay, and this time and work, they are covering work and wages also. Time and distance, mostly for bank exams, they are covering questions based on problems based on trains and boats and streams also. They are concentrating. Every time they are giving minimum 1 question from boats and streams in every bank examination, whether it is prelims or mains. Alright, so then what else is here? Even they are giving in mains questions from probability also nowadays. Previously in SBI they used to give 1 question from probability, 1 from permutation combination and 1 from trigonometry, particularly heights and distance, and basic questions from algebra also they used to give. But now again they have started giving questions. Probability 1 question, permutation and combination also they are giving. And other chapters like interest, simple interest, compound interest. Generally they are asking questions based on this one, even problems based on ages, and mensuration also they are giving. I forgot to tell you mensuration, but they are confining themselves to 2D mensuration, mostly to two-dimensional mensuration only, and sometimes in mains they are giving 3D also. But students, focus more on DI. As far as prelims is concerned, generally give questions from, I forgot to give you one more thing, I'm sorry, number series also. Number series. In preliminary examination, simplification and approximation together generally they are giving 10 questions. In clerical cadre, even in POs also. POs we discuss later. Okay. And from number series they are giving 5 questions. And another chapter, quadratic equations is there. Even from quadratic equations they are giving 5 questions. Okay. Now here 5 plus 5, 10. 10 plus 10, already 20 questions are over here. And in remaining 15 questions, they are giving 5 questions from this one. So this is 15 plus 10, 25 questions are over. Prelims I am talking about 5 questions from DI. Easy or moderate level DI they are giving. And remaining questions are from these chapters. Remaining arithmetic chapters they are giving. As far as the prelims is concerned. Whereas if you go for mains, many questions they are giving from DI. Almost I can say 30 to 40 questions. I am talking about the clerical level. For POs, 100% questions they are giving from DI only. So now 30 to 40% of the questions are from DI. Remaining questions they are giving from these chapters. Alright, these chapters also always learn from the basic students, because for example, if you want to go for DI, what is the prerequisite for that one? First of all, you should be thorough with the simplification, approximation, percentages, averages and ratio proportion. If you are perfect with these chapters, doing data interpretation questions is not a big thing. Because in data interpretation question, they will be giving you different graphs like tables, and different graphs like pie charts they give, line graphs they give, right? And a combination of pie and line graphs, then bar charts they will give, and a combination of all these things. And they have recently, newly they have introduced case-led questions also. Case-led means they may be giving some Venn diagrams or some data they give. You have to analyze the data properly to solve that one. And most importantly, they have introduced missing DI also. Missing. Okay. Missing DI means, for example, even from boards and streams also we can prepare data interpretation question by giving some blanks. Simple compound interest also we can prepare DI questions. For that reason only, at PO level, they are giving DI but covering these chapters in DI. So you can understand the importance of the basics here. If your basics are good here, alright, easily you can crack DI questions. Alright, so easiest questions, I am telling you, quadratic equations. Very, very easy. Some rules are there. If you follow those rules, that is plus minus technique, minus minus technique, many techniques are in this one, but all the techniques you have to use only after learning the basics. My entire course is based on the basics here. If your concept is clear, slowly we can move on to moderate and advanced questions using the basics here, because simply learning shortcuts will not give you anything in nowadays competitive exams, because they are giving very, very tricky questions in that one. So focus on this one, students, right? So for example, basic level means I am telling you percentages is there. You have to learn from what is percentage, I am telling you. Then because percentages is applied almost in every chapter in arithmetic. If you want to learn ratio proportion also, directly start from what is ratio. If you learn in that way, nobody can stop you to crack any tricky question in competitive exams. Alright, so I can stop here only because due to time constraint we will stop here, and we are going to discuss anyway. Before closing this quantitative section, I'll tell you one thing. So these marks I have given you for preliminary examination, and mains, as I told you, almost 40% questions here and remaining questions here. In DI also they are using the concept here. I have given right from the basic level in our course for all the chapters, right? So due to time constraint we can stop here only for quant. Now go to English section. In English section, students, it's very important. You can divide English into two parts. One is grammar based and other one is vocabulary based. Okay, both are equally important in all the competitive exams. Anyway, in English, generally they are asking questions based on reading comprehension. Okay, one is they are giving many questions from this one, whether it is prelims or the mains. Then followed by close test. Okay, then clerical level, I am telling you. For PO level, they are changing the pattern. They are changing the chapters also. But for clerical level, these chapters are enough. Reasoning comprehension, then close test, then para-jumbled sentences. You have to arrange them in an order, I'll tell you. Then followed by spotting errors or error detection. Then followed by synonyms, antonyms. Okay, generally these synonyms and antonyms, they are clubbing this one, mixing this one with the reading comprehension. They give one passage. Based on that passage, they bold some words. You need to find out the meaning equal to this one, the meaning or the opposite word. Anyway, then questions from fillers, double fillers or single fillers, fill up the blanks. This type of questions they are asking from English section. See students, nowadays what they are doing, particularly for clerical level, these chapters they are giving the questions directly. Reading comprehension means they give one passage to you, as all of you know, but they are giving passage in a logical way, and they are asking the questions also in a logical way. They are not asking nowadays directly from the passage. In a twisty way they are asking the questions. Then to go for this one, you should have proper reading skills and analysis should be good. Only then you are able to do these questions. Alright, then close test. They give a simple passage with some blanks in the passage. Most of the cases at clerical level, they are giving the passage based on a small story or one topic which is generally interesting topic, so that you can guess something there. Alright, so in PO level they are not giving in that way. Very dry topics they are taking for close test. Next followed by para-jumbled also for clerical level they are giving very difficulty level is not that much high. Very easily they are giving, and this is scoring also. Close test and para-jumbled are really scoring. Para-jumbled, how they give? They give sentences in a jumbled way. 4 or 5 sentences, sometimes 6 also, right? You need to arrange them in an order. You have to go for to make a meaningful passage. I have discussed many questions based on para-jumbled in our regular course. Then followed by error detection. Here, to go for error detection, your grammar should be good. Right? Just break the sentence into 5 parts, and in one part there may be an error, right? Or the sentence may be correct. If the sentence is correct, you have to go for no error. Otherwise, in which part that error is there, you have to find out. Here you have to use your grammar should be a little rich, I can say. Okay, so at PO level, if you come to PO level, they have changed the pattern. In error detection only, they are making very different way. We will come to that one later. Now coming to synonyms and antonyms, they are linked to this one. Then fill up the blanks. They give one blank in a sentence, and generally they give 5 options according to the tone of the sentence, meaning of the sentence, and the situation where they have given the sentence from. All these things you have to consider while going for fill in the blanks. Your vocabulary should be good and even grammar also, and followed by double fillers. In one sentence they may give two fillers also, two blanks also. Alright, basically I am telling you here, but overall approach should be in this way. You need to learn English again from the basic level. But one good thing is here, in competitive exams, already at PO level they have introduced this one. They are asking questions more based on the logic than the language. Got the idea? More logical questions they are asking than the language. Slowly in clerical cadre also, they are introducing the logic here also. If you know a little English also, logically with some intelligence you can solve the questions very easily. Got the idea, students, right? And coming to this general or financial awareness, 5 to 6 month current affairs is enough there. And not only current affairs, nowadays they are giving questions from static GK also. You have to study that one. As far as current affairs are concerned, they are giving more emphasis to financial, banking and economy and other related sections. So continuous study is very much required for general awareness also. I suggest you to read a national newspaper. You take that Hindu paper you take. Many people might have suggested you Hindu paper, that is useful for you not only for general awareness but for English and logical reasoning questions also, like assumptions, arguments, conclusions. Those questions can be done very easily if you are a good reader. Alright, in that section also, reading is very much important. Reading, understanding, analyzing the question based on the basics. Hope you must have understood this one. See students, my overall idea is that you should approach these exams in a smart way. I am telling you, right? Don't be one among the crowd. First you try to understand that when I told you at the beginning of the class, your beginning should be correct. Always ending will be in the same way. What should be your approach? Finally, if I conclude, your approach is first know the syllabus. Already I have given that one to you. Learn the basics, right? Get grip on each and every concept. Then practice unconditionally. You will get the accuracy there by speed. Then nobody can stop you in getting success in any competitive examination. This is how you need to prepare. See students, before concluding this one, just I'll take some time to explain the course what I am offering. I have started this one online course almost 2 years ago. In these 2 years, thousands of students got benefited. Many students got selected on our website. I have given that one. You please visit our website, that is www.chakravarthysir.com. CHAKRAVARTHYSIR.com. Okay, so you will get all the details here. After visiting this one, you please go to sign up. Okay, this is free for everybody. You can sign up by giving your name, mobile number and a mail ID. After that, you will be getting one OTP on your mobile. Then enter that OTP and create one password for you. Alright, this is a trial account for you. Then after giving the password which is set by you, you will enter into the course. Just go for this one. All course list will be there. You just go for my courses there on the left side below the dashboard. You will get my courses. If you click that one, all courses will be opened and all the chapters will be opened for you. From each subject, for example, if you take reasoning, one lesson is free for you. You can watch that one. Then you will understand to what extent we went. Then you will get video lessons, then followed by e-books also, that is study material for you, abundant study material, then followed by practice test. All are displayed on the screen. videos here, followed by ebooks, then followed by practice test. Just click that one ebook. One ebook I have openly kept that one. Then practice test also, because if you choose one chapter, for example, you are choosing Shilhaism chapter. See student, Shilhaism chapter I have given, for example, 10 hours lessons for that one. If you complete all the 10 hours, you should come to a stage where all the questions should be correct. You have to squeeze out the chapter. Blood relations, squeeze out that one. Then assumptions, completely learn the concept. Then who will stop you? If you know the concept in a proper way, every question and any question can be done 100% accurate in the examination. To try to understand why I am telling this one, because my intention is that every student should get success. After taking the admission, if I get an opportunity to speak to the students, I tell them the first word, first sentence, this one only, the first one I talk with them, every student should get success. That is my intention. That too with the minimum cost. See students, I am charging very less for this one. The fee is starting from 3,600 to 6,200 or beyond that one, depending upon the duration, 6 months, 18 months and 12 months. 12 months is called regular course. Most of the students take that. So 6 months, 12 months and 18 months, depending upon the combination. Combination means we are giving online course, okay, then Pendrive also. If you do not have proper internet connection, you can go for Pendrive course, and we have recently introduced SD card course also. So this is having much demand. SD card course, wherever you go in your mobile, you can watch the videos, take the test without any internet. You can go for SD card, Pendrive or online, depending upon the combination you take. You please visit our website today itself. You will understand everything. Then after that, if you are interested, there and then you can purchase the course. Once you go for the trial account, there is one tab, purchase the course. Many options will be displayed. You can decide which course you have to go for. Alright, and other thing is that you can send a mail to us also directly to know more about the course. That is the same thing, CHAKRAVARTHY sir, this one, CHAKRAVARTHY sir at gmail.com. Right? So just write a mail to that one. Any doubt is there, our counselors will clarify. Or you can directly call us on 9515986872 or 9618702466 or 7013139947, or you can WhatsApp also. This is the main WhatsApp number. This is WhatsApp, or you can WhatsApp to this number or even this number also. But generally we use this number for WhatsApp. Thousands of WhatsApp messages we get every day. Thousands of inquiries. Even you can fill up the inquiry form on our website also. If you are really interested to do something, students, in your life, just start from the basic level and be very serious and confident while preparing for any competitive examination. I wish you all the best, students, and in this class, due to time constraint, I have not discussed the pattern of the mains examination, right? We will do that one in the due course of time. After a week's time, I am going to give the mains pattern also, then followed by how to prepare specially for mains. I'll give you that. While preparing for these exams, don't take prelims first and mains later. You have to prepare for both the examinations simultaneously, because both are objective type, and in both the cases you get the questions almost from the same chapter. So utilize that opportunity, prepare together simultaneously. Mostly next week I am going to give an exclusive video on mains, how to prepare for mains. Thank you very much, students.